You gotta sync it up.
What do you mean sync it up? Did you call it? We only sync it up when gosh darn it's like over like Discord or something where
Well,
we
no,
have to
because like when I'm editing the audio, I don't want to be like, do I gotta like?
I know, but it's like the program starts both audios at the same time.
If you say so. So are we ready to start?
Yes, we're ready to start. Would you call it? I've taken college classes on this, Devin.
Okay, relax.
Would you call it? I got a degree.
Relax.
I got a degree.
Wow, I went to college looking at us. What? But I digress. Yo, what is up? It is the return, the continuation, the resurrection of Koalaty Time with friends.
Indeed. I've never been on this thing, but I'm here too.
Yeah, man, and it's your boy DJ BlackSheep, and you know, if you listen to the last 2 episodes, it's just I grab a friend, and we spend quality time together. And this time I have my boy Jonathan, also known as Majide-Man. He helps me run my Twitch stream and do other creative outlets. Yeah, man, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. Yeah, I rap, I do the righty stuff, and I record things on the internet you might like.
Oh, I guess we should delve into it. Jonathan, how did we meet? How did we become friends? Where did it start?
Okay. Do you call it? I believe we first met in like high school guitar class.
Yeah, so I was playing guitar class. I wasn't playing. I was in guitar class, and we were just 2 dudes playing guitar. We weren't that good.
Would you call homie, would you call it like you forget that, would you call it like we would be sitting in the back with the dude Connor.
Connor, yeah.
Yeah. Would you call it?
He was actually good.
Yeah.
So he could dick around in that class.
Would you call it? That's all he did.
Like our guitar teacher was called Mr. Defoe, so it would just be like Defoe. Defoe would be like, Connor, play this, and he'd just be like, and just go about his day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Defoe would be like, okay, guys, you two, read this off the board and play this, and we'd just be like, shoo.
Oh my gosh, I still struggle to play Ode to Joy on the guitar. It's just like dun, 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 and you kind of remember it. You go like, okay.
Meanwhile, Connor's over here playing Sultans of Swing casually. It was just like, what the fuck, dude?
What do you call it? Freaking, he would show off.
Oh, all the time. Like he was a weird case. He was like one of those kids in high school. Like he wasn't that good looking, but his attitude and his talent like compensated for it. So he was always pulling like the hottest chicks.
Oh yeah, straight up brag about it all the time.
It's like, yeah, I hooked up with this chick. She had big titties, and we're like, damn.
It's the fact that he had like pure charisma.
Oh, pure charisma for no reason at all. Like skated, had like a cool punk aesthetic, grungy punk aesthetic. Played guitar well. He was in the drum line. Like really, just a really musically talented person. He's like, yeah, you see that hot girl over there with the big titties? Yeah, suck those. I'm like, us being in high school, we were like, what? Yo, I've never sucked a titty before in my life, son, and you just be doing that? That's crazy.
You know, it was definitely like the fact that we were lower classmen and he was just like senior.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, do you call it? I'm super cool, and just like, maybe we can aspire to be that cool one day.
Maybe we can suck titties one day.
Truly.
What? That class was weird. Yo, you remember the pass out game?
Oh yes,
Bro, that happened in that class all the time because it was just a big band room, and like Defoe, he was just like an older dude, but he was chill as fuck. But he didn't give a fuck. Yeah. So we just very much did whatever the fuck we wanted to. For those of y'all who don't know, first of all, congratulations. The pass out game is when you would like crouch down in a frog position and have your head down, and you would like breathe in and out like really, really hard for like a minute straight, then stand straight up. And since you deprived yourself of oxygen, you would pass out for a minimum of like 2 to 3 seconds. But like since you were passed out, it felt like kids were stupid. Like you're probably listening to this and be like, why? It was the thing to do. I remember one kid, we had to stop doing it because like it became a whole thing because one kid passed out and he did like on like usually you're supposed to do it like on like a carpeted floor with like stuff around you or like have a friend that will catch you. He just did it and passed out on like a linoleum floor and like hit the back of his head on the like he's cool, he's good now.
Yeah.
Like, but it was definitely one of those things everyone was like, shit.
Did you call it?
Yo.
On principle, what do you call it? Like friggin', like it's a thing you look back as an older person. You just go like, just off of name alone, you should know that something's bad is eventually going to happen.
The pass out game. What the fuck were we on?
Exactly.
We were literally killing brain cells for fun. That's not. Hey, high school is so boring. Clarksville is so boring. We be killing brain cells for fun. It's like, what's there to do in Clarksville? It's like drugs or get pregnant.
Oh gosh.
Or be the one doing the getting pregnant. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, gang. We fuck without condoms over here, son.
No.
Yeah, fuck condoms. All my homies hate condoms.
Oh gosh.
I remember the first time I had sex without a condom. I was like, I'm never going back. I mean,
They say Devin's still paying child support today.
Yo, relax. Chill. Knock on wood. Like that. You foul for that one. That door is wood. That's plaster. The door is wood. Okay. This guy. But nah, dude. I remember I was like in college, maybe my junior or sophomore year, and like the girl was like, "I'm on birth control," and I was like, "I've never had sex without a condom," and like I slid in real smooth, like. And I was like, "Oh, I get it. I get why people be having 7 kids. This is significantly better."
Gosh.
There was one time I had sex and the condom broke, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa! Did I just level up my sex in the middle of sex? What's going on?"
Gosh.
But use condoms unless you don't want to. You're an adult.
Well, the thing is, just like be stable, like. Don't do stuff that's going to ruin your life financially and everything.
Yeah. Don't be coming in chicks. And chicks, don't let these niggas be coming in you. Unless you know they're worth it, but rarely are they worth it.
Are you sure in a relationship? Are you sure you can afford a child?
What was that show? Things. My Wife and Kids, where Junior had a kid, and it was like,
yeah,
it only lasted like 10 seconds. It's like, wow, 10 seconds for this. Okay.
Indeed.
Wow. But yeah, man, what's there to talk about?
Gosh.
I know that's a horrible segue. No, dude, like, hear me out. There was like a moment in time, like, Jonathan and I, like, we'd be streaming, so like I see this dude like at least once a week, every week for like the past 7-8 months. But there was a time we didn't hang out. Like, we were just, like, I was in Knoxville, he was in Clarksville, we were just going to school, doing our own thing. But I remember, like, we linked back up. I was like back in Clarksville. He was like, "Devin, you should come like to the show in Nashville." And I was like, "Word? Okay, cool. I'll come out." And I DJ'd. And, like, I remember it as being a chill time. Like, you know, I came out. Jonathan was like, "You're kind of an asshole." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, no. Do you call it... See, the thing is...
Yeah.
Do you call it...
Yeah.
Knowing you in high school...
Uh-huh.
And would you call it also being able to compare you right now? Like, would you call it... You're... Like, obviously all of us have chilled a bit since
for sure.
We've like grown up and everything, but you have like an energy that's very much like everywhere.
Keep sucking my dick.
Go to jail. Okay, but yeah, would you call it? Devin's a very energetic person, and would you call it? Seeing you at that show in Nashville, would you call it? You were dead.
Oh, I had a horrible job, y'all. Like, I was working a residential job where I had to watch, like, all these badass kids. And, like, that's whatever. That job, that was the lowest point of my life, working that job. I broke down at that job, like, broke down crying a minimum of 3 times. Like, if you look at my arms, they're all, like, my arms are all scratched up and shit. And you're like, dang, does this dude, like... Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. That's triggering. But, like, my arms are, like, fucked up. Like, they're healed now, but you can still see the scars. I would get scratched, stabbed, and bitten because I personally worked with, like, kids with, like, learning and intellectual disabilities. So it was, like, whatever. Like, when I work with that demographic, a part of me goes into it thinking, like, they don't know better. I'm here to help them get to a point where they do know better or can, like, easily or more easily assimilate into society. So, like, when my kids were wilding out, it was kind of like, yo, they don't know better. They have a condition. I'm here from a place of understanding. When the older kids who had authority problems were wilding out, it pissed me the fuck off. Because it's like, you are wilding. Like, you are literally one step away from going to jail, my nigga. Like, the only reason you aren't in jail right now is because you aren't 18. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I had to quit that job because a kid was wilding out. Like, he was like, playing with a broom, like hitting a clock, just breaking shit, like just being a menace. And I was like, yo, give me the broom. He's like, no, I gotta clean my room. It's like, no, you're not cleaning your room. You're clearly wilding out. Like, the broom is on timeout right now. And he just punched me square in the face. And I was like, I'm out. I'm out. I can't do this. This place is consistently understaffed.
Yeah.
This place is consistently overpopulated with kids that shouldn't be here. First of all, the place didn't know what kind of facility it wanted to be. It took in so many different kids where, like, it's like, oh, we're a treatment facility for this type of person. It's like, no, you're not. You keep taking in these kids for this, for money, essentially, at the end of the day. And you have people, staff, who aren't trained for this. And, you know, in a professional environment, you would, like, refer people. But, no, you're just making your staff deal with things they're not used to. It's like, well, you know, you can learn. It's like, no. I applied for this job to do this and to work with this demographic, and you're making me work with this demographic. Like, what the fuck's going on? I'm not trained for this. And I didn't get this job to be trained for it.
Yeah.
I had to quit. I constantly overworked, consistent overtime every week. I was working like 80 hours a week, dude. And like I was DJing too, which like that's a job, but like DJing was like my escape.
Yeah.
But like I would DJ like from 9 to 2 o'clock on a Saturday. And since I was I was DJing, had that job, and I was going to school. So, like, I was tired, dude. I was tired and drained because of that job. Like, going to school and DJing, whatever. But on top of that job and the mental strain it was, I was drained. And, like, it was, like, a Sunday that shit happened. I, like, got off of work at 2. We got to be there at, like, 6. So I'm getting, like, 4 to 3 hours of sleep consistently, like, every day. Because, like, the days where I worked overtime, they were, like, usually my shift would be, like, from 5 or 6 to like 2, like a normal school day.
Yeah.
Like, cause I was like first shift and like that's like the school period. So like I was working essentially in like a school environment, but they make us work overtime, and that's like working the home environment, like whatever. But like you're making me work like, you know, 12, 16 plus hours consistently, and I'm getting like what, 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and you're making me come in the next day. No.
Yeah, no.
And like when I was working there, the kids were like wilding. Like I remember. Like, they switched me from my normal kids to, like, this other classroom. I was like, I can't do this. Like, they wild out every day for fucking no reason. Like, these kids wake up every day and choose, like, chaos. Like, I can't do it, dude. Like, I'm about to quit.
You got to Mortal Kombat those kids.
No, bro. Like, I hated that job because some of the kids would be wilding, and some of them were, like, straight up, like, antagonistic. And they knew it's like, he can't touch me. They can't fucking fight us. And it's like, yeah, of course we can't. We're fucking adults. But, like, shit. Y'all keep pushing it.
Get that Sub-Zero uppercut.
No.
Right up the chest like Sagat.
Oh my God, I quit that job. Dude. I hate that. It was so shitty.
Oh my gosh. But, yeah, to go back to it, I think that's what I told you. Just like, Devin, you okay? And you just replied just like, I'm tired, man.
Dude, I was so depressed. Oh, and to add on to it, there was like a hot moment in period where like I was trying to like join a fraternity, and those niggas were like on some hazing shit. So not only did I get my ass beat by these kids, I would go there and they'd be like, okay, grab your ankles. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I can't do this shit, man.
Get your ass beat by grown men. Getting your ass beat by everybody on a 24-hour.
Everybody. And the niggas in the fraternity, I fucking hated them. I'm not going to say the fraternity, but like shit, dude. It was like, I remember the first day I got there, they were like, they all came in like all big and bad. Like, like, like just aggro, alpha, male, toxic masculinity shit. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I was like the tallest person, so of course they didn't call me by my name. They're like, number 5, you look upset. And it's like, I literally had a long day. Like, I think a kid bit me that day too. So I was just ready for the day to be done. But I was like, no, I got to go to this. And they were just on their shit. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God. That situation ended when my mom hit me up and was like, Devin, are they hazing you? And my dumbass was like, define hazing. And she was like, come over to the house tonight. We are talking about this.
Define hazing, yeah.
Like, when you say that, it's kind of like, nigga. And what pissed me off about the situation, it was like a grad chapter. So, like, it was a bunch of old-ass niggas with, like, mortgages, like, you know, car payments and families. And they still over here doing, like, this college, school-age shit. And I'm like, what the hell? And, like, I was the youngest person online. Like, I was 24 at the time. Everybody else online with me was, like, what, in their 30s or 40s? And I'm sitting here like, damn, if these old-ass niggas are getting their ass beat, I guess I can get my ass beat. But, no, I very much wanted to go in there and be like, nah, I hate everybody in this room. But, like, I knew some of the people from, like, my community. So I was like, hey, yo, fuck everybody in this room except you. you cool. It's like I'm looking at you different, but like fuck everybody in this room. I'm done. And I got pissed because the nigga who was like in charge of it was like, "Why are you quitting? You almost done." I'm like, I don't know, because it was one of those things like, even though they were hazing, like I was getting through it. Like like, I knew my information. I was getting through it. I was like, fuck it, it's whatever. Da 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 da. But like after that, my mom was like, "Nah, they hazing you, bro." It's kind of like one of those things like, you're like an entry member, and like it kind of made me think about it in retrospect, like. I kind of still want to join a fraternity, but like I'm definitely going to be more cautious. How do you say that? Cautious and wary about when I do it. Like, if anything sets off even a slight red flag, I'm just stepping out of there because it's one of those things. Like, we come to you, seeking membership in this fraternity, like, and your first instinct is to just disrespect and fuck with us. Like, I don't see how that builds brotherhood, like healthy brotherhood. And it's one of those things, like, if I did get through all that and become a member, I feel I would be expected to uphold this standard. And, like, I can't, dude. Like, I'm the type of person, if you come to me wanting to be what I'm about, like, I just ask that you show, like, a serious work ethic, a genuine spirit.
Yeah.
And prove it, like, in your not only in your words, but in your actions. Like, I don't see how you can, like, and, like, I like making fun of my friends, like, but that's the only reason we're friends. Like, like, even Youngblood, I'll be like, man, Youngblood, you suck at this game. Like, I'll, like, hound this dude. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not fucking beating his ass with a paddle type shit, like, disrespecting him.
Do you call it? It's a give and take.
Yeah. And I remember, like, this short dude walked up to me. He was like, you need to humble yourself. And I want to punch that motherfucker so hard right there. I need to humble. So y'all niggas are vexed and perplexed that I look pissed after having a 12-hour work shift and coming here and getting screamed and cursed and beat, and you're really perplexed about why I look visibly pissed? Get the fuck out of my face.
Good gosh. I felt like you needed to get that out.
Yeah, I needed to.
Good gosh.
Get the fuck out of my face. Like,
jeez.
It's just, there's a certain culture with fraternities and maybe sororities, but I can't really speak on it. I can't even really speak on fraternities just about what I went through, but like, damn, if the average nigga has to go through that to be in a fraternity, it's like shit. And my mom was pissed, like not only because like I was her son,
yeah,
like it wasn't just like mama bear energy coming out of her. It was like, yo, like mothers and fathers have like lost their kids because of the shit they do, like hazing in the sense of, like, they would haze us if we didn't knew information. And my thing is, fuck that. You give us like 5 pages of information to memorize in a night, and you don't sit here and tell us what it means to you or the spirit of it or help us learn it. Yeah. Like, fuck you. Fuck you if you do that.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like, what's the purpose? Then, like, they'll turn around and be like, we do great things for our community. It's like, okay, fuck you, nigga. I can do great things for my community without being a part of it. And I know when I say that, it was like, well, get the fuck out. It's like, you know what? Thank you. I will get the fuck out. Because what the fuck? It's just stupid, bro. It's just stupid.
The ideal version of a fraternity or sorority is something that's going to, like, one, guide you through college. Like, get you more in tune with the community that you're in.
Yeah.
And, just, like, have that kind of stability within college because, like, a lot of times in college you feel real sad and you're just like, I could just hit that button on my laptop and just go, like, drop out.
so easy. The fact that it's just one button and maybe a prompt saying, are you sure?
Yeah.
So easy.
So, it's the keep you, like, grounded in college and everything. But a lot of people take advantage of that.
For sure.
And it turns to just, like, am I like, paying, putting in money, putting in time for a community, or am I just paying for friends? Like, that's what it...
Facts.
You're like,
it's... And, like, I'm stupid charismatic. I can get friends like that. Like,
exactly.
Don't fucking play me. And that's what it felt like. Like, the whole time, it felt like I could feel, like, the power trip they were on. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, so you want to be a part of it? It's like, I do, but, like, damn, nigga, I haven't been a part of y'all for 22 years. I think I'll be cool for another 22. Like, shit.
Yeah. like a lot of people.
Like, it really put me off. It really put me off to fraternities as a whole. And like, it's one of those things. Like, I feel like some people will listen to this and be like, "Man, you just weak as fuck. Like, you couldn't go through it." Like, da da da. It's like, my guy, like, I don't know. It's just it's like it's jarring to me. It's like it really like it's like a social dissonance or some shit in my head. Like, I don't get it.
No, that's totally fair. Like I've had my friend Chad. What do you call it?
Chad?
Yeah.
He plays baseball, don't he?
No.
What? Who am I thinking of?
Someone different. I don't know. Who? What do you call it? I had a roommate named Jack who played baseball.
I don't think I know him.
Yeah, but my friend Chad was in a fraternity and everything, and what do you call it? Like, he has a lot of positive experiences and everything, like around the people that he actually hung out with, and there, I can see like there being positive experiences as well,
Yeah.
but you can also get those bad ones, and that's the main thing that scared me from it in college itself, because a lot of the stuff like he had to deal with was just like, yeah, management's like really slacking, so I gotta plan a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, homie, didn't you just like sign up?
Like, you're new, aren't you?
Yeah. Why do you have to like take charge? Why do you have to be in leadership positions and everything? I was like, because if I don't, like, nothing gets done. And just like, that's not on you.
Fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get from position like you're in this organization and like you're putting your heart into it and you want to see it succeed, but at the same time, especially as a new member, when there's old niggas already in it, like, that's not on you. Like, the fact that you have to come into this organization and, like, you know, I will amend him, like, yo, shout out to you for feeling the need and taking up the need to do all this, because, like, seeing the feeling type shit. But the fact that you came into an organization that was already like that, like, shit, dude.
Yeah. So that's there's all sorts of like things where, would you call it? Like, I assume like a fraternity that's run well, like top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, you gotta realize like when stuff starts feeling wrong, when stuff starts affecting your life negatively instead of just like the positive experience it's supposed to be.
Yeah, dude. And like, also, I was like what's called the scribe, I guess. So I was writing the information. So I had to, like, the information they would give us, I had to copy this shit 5 times in 5 different books. Nigga, I was staying up. They gave us the information that night, and I was like me, I'm the type of person like, yo, if I do everything I'm supposed to do, nobody can tell me shit. Like, when I was doing marching band, I was like, if I know my music and I know my drill, nobody can tell me shit. Whenever I get a new job, it's like, if I'm doing my job, that nobody can tell me shit. Nobody can tell me shit. So I would get that information, and like, I would stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning, on top of having a job where I had to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning.
Yeah, and your homework too.
Nigga.
Exactly. What you call?
Like, they were assholes, bro. They're like, you know, we all went through this process. You know, we got families and jobs. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you don't find it weird that they're putting this added extra amount of stress on you for no fucking reason?
Yeah.
Other than to, quote unquote, make you prove yourself? Like, my nigga, you're a whole... That was the thing about it. Like, all these men in here, it's like, my niggas, like, you're a whole ass adults with accomplishments under your belt. I'm not saying that's a free pass to get into this organization, but, like, shit, fuck them. You don't gotta prove shit to nobody. Like...
Yeah.
Y'all niggas y'all wake up every day and do what you gotta do for your family and yourselves. Like, fuck these niggas saying, oh, you don't know the information? Oh, I don't know the information I got 2 days ago, my nigga? Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to make sure my fucking kid ate today. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. It's a mess. Did you call it? Like, it sounds like it was responsibility on top of responsibility you already... It's an unnecessary
it'd be one
responsibility.
thing if, like, they would get mad at me, like a teacher, and be like, you don't know it? Okay, let me help you. Like, why don't you know it?
Yeah.
They'd be like, you don't know it? All right, grab those ankles, son. It's like, wait,
Oh,
what?
no. Oh, my freaking gosh.
Oh, you don't know it? Since you don't know it, we're going to beat him until you know it. And it's like, y'all want some gang shit. Like, dead ass, y'all want some gang shit right now.
Yeah. Homie, I was in college regularly, just, like, sitting in my dorm room apartment, just listening to Marvin's Room.
Bruh.
It's so much just like pressure in college, and just like I couldn't imagine just something that I was just like, yeah, this would be fun too, added on to that, and where it's just like responsibility. It's just like, no.
Like, my thing is, like, there are some fraternities who, like, they make you do extra, like, responsibilities, but, like, you can argue that, like, they're making it's like, okay, so I need y'all to go out, find a suit, get that tailored. I need y'all to come to this workshop for interviews, da-da-da. Like, shit like that, where, like, it is extra shit, but, like that, you can, like, argue. It's like, no, that's good, though. Like, you know, like, we're teaching y'all how to go into the, like, corporate world. It's like, yeah, we're a fraternity. We throw parties and shit, but at the end of the day, we're, like, helping you get to a standard where, like, you're a better person, not, oh, y'all didn't know this? So in my head, it's like, oh, y'all didn't know this? All right, we're going to have an extra session tomorrow. Come through. We're going to study. Like, we're just going to study until we get this shit. Now, oh, y'all didn't know this? Oh, y'all going through the gauntlet. We're going to beat your ass for 5 minutes straight. Let's go. I'm like,
Oh, gosh.
Y'all having a good time too, ain't you?
In my head, I'm just going like, fight everybody, fight everybody, fight everybody.
I'm drop kicking somebody.
Exactly. Oh gosh,
Stupid. It was stupid. And like, I'm glad my mom, cause like it's one of those things like, the track I was on with it. If my mom hadn't hit me up that night, I definitely would be sitting here wearing those letters, probably like adopting that mentality.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I hope not. Like, I hope like alternate universe me got in and it's like, no, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I hope I would be like stirring the pot, shaking the table, like every fucking day until it was like, no, like y'all are on some toxic masculinity bullshit, and it's not good. Yeah. Like, sure, people get in going through that, but it's the type of person that gets in. Like,
it's the cycle of violence.
Like, what was that episode of, like, it was like Malcolm in the Middle, where, like, I think it was like Reese or somebody was like, well, why do I have to join this fraternity? It's like, why are you guys beating me? It's like, well, they beat us and they beat the people before them, so we're going to beat you. It's like, so shouldn't you kick their ass then?
Yeah.
And they just like turn on each other and start kicking the people. And like, it was just, they started kicking the people who beat them's asses. And it was like, yes, that's how it should go.
Indeed.
I knew it was some bullshit with like one of the people I was like online with was like, you know, like when you're a little kid and like your mom beats you, you go to school, you beat a random kid's ass up and now you feel better. I'm like, no, like sure you feel better, but now that random ass kid is mad at you and you're still pissed at your mom. Like nothing has been resolved. If anything, you just created more hate, my nigga. Like you're still mad at your mom because she's still on the same bullshit and now that kid's fucking mad at you. And like it, like this is like a 30 to 40-year-old man. He looked at me and was like, oh damn! I'm like, y'all don't. Does the logic flow stop after a certain age? Like, what the fuck?
Do you call it? It's definitely a feeling of like, gosh darn, like I need retribution. Do you call it? If I had to go through this, someone else has
it's so stupid. It's like, well, like, you know, like some of the people will be there, they'd be like, yo, hold, like they be like, I be getting my ass being like quivering because like it's a wood ass paddle, and like, you know, like maybe like the first 5 you're like, oh shit, but after that, like it just starts to accumulate, and they're like, yo, lay off him. It's like, oh, thank you for saying lay off me. How about you say, hey, maybe we don't do this dumbass shit?
Yeah,
I don't know. Ugh.
It sounds like a lot.
And I knew it was some bullshit. Like it was like the night I stopped, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not coming in." It's like, and the guy who was like heading, I was like, "Dude, but you're almost done. Like, why are you stopping?" It's like, "Well, I told my mom." He's like, "What? You told your mom?" Because you know they're very secretive, and it's like, "Yes, my mom who helped me pay for membership. I told my fucking mom." And he was like, "Just know if you tell anybody else, there's gonna be a problem." And just hung up the phone. I was like, "Oh, so I feel like y'all know y'all shouldn't be doing this shit."
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
It sounds so just like crazy. I don't get it.
And like, you know, this might be a hot take, but I feel like there is like constructive, quote unquote constructive hazing. But don't beat my ass. Like, it's like, hey, we're gonna go to this track, and for everyone we get wrong, we gotta run a lap. Like, that's physical fitness. But like, I have a friend who's like in a fraternity, I forget what it's called, and I'm not gonna say his name, I'm not gonna dox him. But like he would say, yeah, we would haze, but like nothing wild. But I would go to extra length and be like, I'm not going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, sure, I would say, hey, y'all got to walk to class carrying all your books. But to be fair, I'm going to do it too. Like, at the end of the day, like, we're not brothers, but we're trying to be brothers. Like, I'm going to go through the same shit that you're going through. And I know niggas will argue, be like, well, they got their ass beating. No, but, like, they're beating our asses now. Like, I don't like them. And, like, I just, like, the more I think about it, the more fucked up I think it is. Because it's like before, when I quit, even when I was going through it, I had the mentality, it's like, yo, like, I don't want to have a party with y'all. I don't want to get together and have drinks and celebrate. Like, I don't want to see y'all for, like, 6 months after this. Like, fuck everybody in this room, honestly.
Yeah, that's not a
Like, we are brothers in name and organization purely, but I feel nothing towards you niggas. Like, you have to understand that.
Yeah. Like, I imagine, I remember, like, Taekwondo classes and everything.
Oh, Taekwondo?
Yeah.
Taekwondo.
Did you call it friggin', I was in those, and just, like, you'd have your moments where, like, class get too rowdy, okay. Did you call it everybody, like, push-up position on your knuckles? Did you call it? That's going to strengthen you up. Like,
yeah, like, in the case of Taekwondo, it's like, oh, on knuckles, you mean so this shit that's going to strengthen our body for the shit we're doing regardless? Explain to me how getting my ass beat with a wooden paddle is strengthening me, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, it's encouraging you to do better. It's like, no, fuck you. I want my whole life being encouraged to be better while having getting my ass beat.
Exactly. What do you call it? Friggin' run laps. Do anything else besides, like, just something that gives you enjoyment. Just like oh, purely, I'm going to love this.
This is purely respect out of fear, not respect out of admiration.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
What do you call it? It's the transition of have you ever heard of that the Japanese game show Batu Games?
Batu Games.
Yes.
No.
What do you call it? It is translate to punishment game. And
what?
Essentially it was a whole bunch of Japanese comedians. Started off of a bet, what do you call it, two of them made against each other on a baseball game, and then it just expanded to them like doing a whole full set where the objective of the game is not to laugh at anything going on around you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and what you call it? If you laugh, there's a like dun noise that plays over the overhead.
Some silent library shit.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what you call it? So that goes down, and just like a whole bunch of like a team of people in like ninja costumes comes out and just goes like, all right, we're paddling your ass.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my!
And so what you call it? Like you watch at the start of the show. And you're just like, yeah, they got what do you call it, like the paddles and everything, and then you just see like them go to like more foam instruments because these people are getting older and they're just like, yeah, we can't do the straight paddle anymore.
Doing that shit.
Yeah, what you call it, my ass is busted and like, nah, we need to change
Can't feel
this up.
Son. My butt feel like leather. I went to use the bathroom the other day. I had to hover.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so
had to buy one of those foam seats. Those foam seats are clutch, but it's kind of like I hate when you like go to a house that has a foam seat, but it's old, so it has like the little stretch marks on it, and you're like, oh y'all need a new one, my guy.
I don't like that.
Y'all be using it in here, don't you?
Oh, I freaking get. I don't. It sounds not great.
It's definitely like you go to like an older relative's house, and like their bathroom is like decorated. They got the little potpourri, the little foliage around the mirror. It has like the little fuzzy toilet top.
Oh, I hate those because you know they have them like right around where the like little
it goes under the lid, so it's like, oh, this is getting wet, my guy.
Exactly. You pull the thing up and then it just slaps right down and just like, dude, I was in the middle.
You hear like a little. It's like, ugh.
You got it's such just like a horrible idea. Don't put fuzzy lids on your toilet.
That's the platform. Don't put fuzzy lids in your toilet, Jonathan. 2020.
Yes,
that's the when he runs for president. That's going to be his platform. And I'm going to ban fuzzy lids on toilets.
Grandma needs to stop.
It's like, but it looks nice. It has to be aesthetic. No, it's nasty.
What aesthetic? It's the aesthetic of your bathroom rug. Like, no one's looking that hard. No one's looking at that hard at your toilet and your bathroom. Like, just like, these could match. These could match right now. And they're like, no, it's dumb.
I came in here to piss and or shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm leaving.
I don't need to be like admiring your bathroom while I'm just like,
the chitlins going through me.
Exactly. But this bathroom's so nice though.
I do feel at ease while I'm pooping. No, bro. I remember I was in Knoxville to get off the fucking hazing thing because I'm done with it.
Yeah.
It was like a year ago. I went over to my boy's apartment. We were like watching movies. We were watching Videodrome with like Kevin Bacon, I think. Kevin Fox.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, who's the guy from Family Guy they always make fun of? It's like, I'm gonna steal your family. I'm gonna steal your life, Peter. And it's like, ooh, a piece of candy.
Did you call it Peter? Gosh darn.
Kevin. Are we about to Google this?
Maybe we might need to Google.
We're gonna Google.
Did you call it? He plays Hades. James Woods.
James Woods, yes, James Woods, yeah. And we were watching Videodrome with James Woods, and like that was a crazy movie in and of itself. I recommend that movie, Videodrome. If you're looking for like a sci-fi niche '90s movie, Videodrome with James Woods. That's a good one. That's for y'all. But we were watching that, and I went to use his bathroom. I was like, "Hey, where's your bathroom?" Right? And I used it and left. And like I went home, and he like texted me. He's like, "Hey, did you poop in here?" I was like, "Yeah." Why didn't you ask? I was like, "Nigga, what?" Did you just ask me? Why didn't I ask you? Why didn't I ask if I can go number 2 in your bathroom? He's like, "Yeah, you don't know what's going on in here." It's like,
what do you mean? Oh my freaking god!
It's like, but it's a bathroom. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 things in here.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm just saying, like, you should probably ask." I'm like, "Never in my life." Now, I'm like, it was one of those things, I'm the type of person, like, I very much, like, have my mentality of how the world should be, but if somebody brings up something that completely jars it, I'll sit there and be like, shit, should I have asked? But no. And, like, he came back to me, like, a month later, he was like, I was kind of wilding for that. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
The realization.
You asked me if I didn't, what the fuck? It's a bathroom. I'm going to do 1 or 2 things in here.
Yeah.
I've been over here for 5+ hours. Yes, I shot in your bathroom. I sprayed, my nigga. I think that's how he knew, too. I sprayed. I was so shook by that. I was like, he's a cool guy, like, cool as fuck. Yeah. Like, I don't talk to him every day, but, like, every time I do, it's a delight. And if he listens to this, he knows who I'm talking about. But it was just one of those moments, like I know this ain't gonna end our friendship or nothing, but like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Did you call it like? Once I hear stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, what are you up to?
What you got going on? It's like the toilet may have been broke. I'm pretty sure you would have told me, like, pissing or shitting regardless. I'm pretty sure you would have told me, hey, you can't flush it, so like keep it very minimal in there.
Exactly. Did you go like I feel like there's something up. There's no possible thing it could actually be, but I feel it would make me feel like okay, like so, like he's brewing drugs.
I bet he had coke in the back of the toilet, and me flushing it fucked up the whole coke operation. That's what it was. This nigga ain't slick. Over here making coke in his toilet. Oh, he mad because I fucked up the coke toilet?
Exactly. It's a whole just like imaginary operation that can't actually happen.
This fucking guy.
But yeah, I don't know. There's nothing like that. Would you call it like? Gosh darn. People just like. I feel like there's no obvious like thing that people have like. Just what's the word I'm looking for? Like really like being super possessive over like that's out of the ordinary. Like yeah, if you go over somebody's house and you just like touch your stuff.
Oh,
and just, like,
you want to know something?
What?
Every girlfriend apparently I thought I was weird. Mm-hmm. Like when I used the bathroom, I put the toilet seat down, right? Yeah. I think it's just a girl thing because every girlfriend I've had and they come over here and use the bathroom, I'll go in there and the seat's just up, and I'm just like, am I weird? But, like, at first, I thought it was just the one person I was dating. Mm-hmm. Then, like, we broke up, and I was dating somebody else. And she did the same shit. And I was like, okay, so is this, like, a girl thing? And not, like, the whole-ass toilet. That's, like, you know the part where you can sit down? Like, it's that top lid that's up. And they just leave it up. And I'm just sitting here like, what the? Now we got pee-pee and doo-doo air just freely ruminating from the toilet. Like, what are we doing? Like, am I weird? And like every time I'd be like, "Can you put the toilet seat down?" They'd be like, "Why?" I'm like, "What do you?" And like it's one of those things. Like, I don't ask people to do things if I think it's going to be like a big out of the way thing. So I said that, and when I got the why response, I was like, "Am I fucking weird?" No. Wait, what do you mean why?
Okay,
you letting the doo doo and pee air just aerate out? You gotta close it. Like I know it's not like a pure. Yeah. I know it's not like a sealed, perfectly airtight container, but like it does something. Like, what do you mean? Why?
That's totally understandable. Would you call it, like I feel like girls have the thing where would you call it just like, well, you can't have the toilet seat up because I gotta sit down. Like,
Okay,
but
I can't have the toilet seat up because I gotta piss. Like, I don't understand.
yeah, would you call it? Well, yeah.
Okay,
and so
but-
the extra step to that is what you call it. Like, why do I have to put the toilet seat down? Because would you call it? Like, I'm gonna come back in there and I'm going to sit down.
Why do you put the lid back on milk? What kind of question is that? Like, that's all I ask. Like, if you come to my home, like, I like to be like, I like hosting people.
Yeah.
Like, not now with everything going on.
Oh yeah.
But like, just can you put things back in the state of rest at which you found them? Like, that's my biggest pet peeve. I hate when I give somebody water or something and they leave and I just see the glass of water on like the coaster or the ground where they were sitting. It's like, oh, y'all niggas can walk to the kitchen and put it in there. Okay. That's wild.
Gosh.
Or like they're eating something and they just leave the bag on the ground in the living area.
No.
I'm like, y'all couldn't just throw that away. So I had to do this.
So you got,
It's like, oh, I forgot. So that tells me if I go over to your house, I'm just going to see a bunch of loose garbage. That's crazy.
you call it? You can't be treating other people's house like your house. And if you realize that it's a problem over somebody's house, maybe you should change it up at your house too.
Yeah, maybe. I'm like, my friend Christina, like, I smoked hookah at her house, and like, I felt so bad one day. Like, as a guest, I would hate for somebody to hit me up later and be like, hey, I noticed you didn't like that. I noticed you didn't do this. Next time, can you fix it?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal, but like, don't make it a thing. Like, that's embarrassing as fuck to me.
Oh yeah.
Like, hookah. Like, I smoke hookah at her place. You got to heat up the coals, right, on a stove. And I remember one time she was like, hey, you left like the ash from the coals. Like, I cleaned it up, but like, can you just make sure you clean up after yourself? I was so fucking embarrassed because it was like, oh my, yes, like, of course I should have done that. Like, I made that mess at her place. I should have cleaned up my fucking mess.
Chico, I feel that like exact same energy as a roommate. Like I share a house with my friend Sam, and like there was one morning because I get up like when I would work truck shifts and everything, I would wake up like 2 hours like ahead of him. He's a school teacher. What you call it? So I got up one morning and I was just like, oh shoot, I gotta arm my clothes and everything. What you call it? Because it's not a truck shift this time. It's just a regular, just like on the floor shift.
Yeah.
So what you call it? Like I'm doing it super extra, like softly and everything. I'm just like, okay, he's not waking up yet. I should be good. And what you call it? Like just like, man, I'm hungry. I'm microwaving some food and everything, and I start the microwave.
Yeah.
And I start arting and everything. And what you call it? Like friggin', I'm just like, okay, I'm doing this extra quiet. And what you call
Stealth
it?
mode.
Yeah.
This is the stealth level of the game.
And I start like doing the coffee because I was just like, yeah, let's make some coffee. And what you call it? Sam walks into the kitchen, just like,
Can you chill the fuck out, young boy?
exactly. And then just like the realization, like my brain turned on, and I heard all the noises at once, and I was just like, oh no. I've been loud this entire time.
It's kind of like when you're eating a bag of chips. Like, I had a girlfriend. She would get so pissed at me because like when I chew chips, I like chew them loud.
Yeah.
But like she pointed it out, so like to compensate, I would chew them slowly, but it's still loud. So instead of like a quick swallow, it was. And she just looked at me and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, and it was like one of those things. Like, she was like, "I really feel like you're doing this to annoy me, like purposefully." And I'm like, "No, like I thought."
Oh yeah, but it's a thing where just like immediately when you're called out on it, and you're just like, "Oh, I thought I was doing the thing fine," and just like
no,
you're frozen.
You're doing the opposite.
Exactly.
And just that realization, like you're replaying it in your head, and you're just like, "Oh,
yeah." Did you call it? And would you call it? Like in that moment, I was just frozen, and he's just like, "Dude, I just need you to quiet it down." And to him, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm not. It's not a big deal. I just want you to like keep it down a little bit."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh no." This is the downhill of the relationship.
person.
Yeah, exactly. Did you call it? He'll never forgive me for this.
Comes back the next day. He's like, "You trying to get a pizza?" It's like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
You know how much other shit happened today? And you corrected it pretty quick. It's cool, dude. Just, chill.
Exactly. What did you call it? But the immediate like embarrassment of like doing something you didn't realize like was wrong is like the worst feeling ever.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Oh gosh.
What time are we at?
We are at 44 minutes 55 seconds.
Okay, cool. We can keep talking. Cool, we can keep talking.
We
Man,
coasted.
I was trying to record episode 3 of this potentially with my boy James.
Yeah.
Nigga, we talked for 3 hours. I didn't realize we talked for 3 hours. And I sent the audio over to my boy Elvis to edit, and he was like, "Nigga." I guess thank you for giving me a lot to work with, but I am not editing this. And I'm just like, why? And I looked at it. First of all, something should have tipped me off when the file size was like big enough for my computer to be like, okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
Something should have tipped off when it took 3 minutes for it to send.
Yeah, a little bit. Did you call it? Did you just not look at the?
No, like I thought it was, cause he was like, he was like, I never done a podcast before. Like, I don't know. And like, that was my first time seeing him for a bit. So we pretty much just shot the shit. But since it was like a podcast, we kept coming up with like new things to talk about and going off into tangents, which isn't hard. But like it's like, I try to record this podcast and all my friends are like, I've never recorded a podcast. It's like, nigga, it's like we're normally talking.
Yeah.
Except we're playing a video, except we're recording it, Like,
yeah, exactly. Like it.
To this day, I started editing that. I probably got like an hour and some minutes into it. I still have not touched it. Sorry, James. That's not going to be episode 3. We might just have to re-record that, my guy.
Hey, gosh. I don't know. Do you call it like? I feel like doing podcasts in the past and everything. I did me and Sam did a.
Can you tell the people about the podcast where you got like this prime interview to happen, but you just really dropped the ball on so many parts?
Okay, so back in high school, I did a podcast called.
This was in high school?
Yes.
First, good on you for getting that interview in high school. I thought this was like in college.
Did you call it? No, I would have done this way better.
Oh, I would have hoped. Because like when you told me that story, my whole frame set was like, damn, this nigga is wildin'.
Yeah.
He got this prime interview with this prime interviewee, and he's just gonna wild out like this. Wow.
No. So, did you call it? I want to say this was like sophomore or junior year. Would you call it? We had done this podcast for a good minute, and would you call it like I had gotten up the confidence of just going like, yeah, if I just hit up a like celebrity or something we like really enjoy and stuff, would you call it like, and then say yes, we can do an interview. It's not a big deal to them, and it's not like any time out of your day. I remember like the first time I did it, like my friend Chad was really into a rapper named MC Lars, and I just gone like,
that's the nigga from Steven Universe. No?
No. Same name, I guess.
That was the same person, I swear. He voice acted him and everything.
He did not. Dude sounds like a camp counselor.
Oh, but he's a rapper?
Yes.
My name is Lars, and I'm here to say I'm coming at you with these hot bars.
Yeah, what'd you call it? I love MC Lars. MC Lars is the nicest person ever. If you ever get a chance to see MC Lars, see MC Lars.
Okay.
He is absolutely a delightful person.
Wait, what's the camp counselor sound like?
What'd you call it? Just like, hey, guys.
Oh, my God. You guys ready to praise some Jesus?
Yeah, like, it's you.
You know who I love, guys? That Sky Daddy.
But, yeah. What'd you call it? He's a great rapper.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? He does a lot of stuff on, like, literary novels and everything.
Okay,
he did,
word. Yo, is he the Thug Raps guy?
Hmm?
You remember, like, Wisecrack, they did, like, this segment called, like, Thug Raps?
Oh, no, he's not the Thug Raps guy.
Oh.
Did you call it? But, did you call it? Yeah, he did a rap for Flowers from Algernon. He did a whole EP on Edgar Allan Poe.
Dope.
Yeah, real cool dude. So, like, that was Chad's favorite rapper, like during high school and everything, and I had just gone like, you know, it'd be cool if I hit him up for a podcast. And
you're talking about. I was talking. Dang, you dropped the ball on multiple occasions.
No,
you're
no.
telling a different story.
Did you call it? So did you call it? No, I. This is just the beginning of me going like, oh shoot, I could just email anybody and it'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, did you call it? I hit him up and would you call it? We do a podcast with him. Goes totally fine.
Right.
Other than the fact that did you call it like Chad? We directed it to Chad because like this is his favorite dude and everything. And would you call it? You know what? What question he asked?
What's up?
What does the avocado taste like?
Who asked that?
Chad asked that.
What? Does MC Lars be eating avocados like that?
Not even.
And
like,
he was kind of like, I don't know, nigga, like
like we were
like a fruit.
Oh no! Again, he's the nicest person ever, and he had no reason to do this. But you're just like, you know, it's kind of like a really soft apple.
Did he lie?
No, he went in detail in what an avocado tastes like,
Jesus.
and he's just the nicest person. He didn't have to do that.
Like you're looking at Chad like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he starts talking, and you're like, oh, thank God, because what the fuck?
Exactly. We all looked over and we're just like, Chad, what the fuck are you doing?
He's like, Chad's like, I thought it was an interesting question. What?
You call it just like this.
Avocados have a very perplexed and unique taste.
Yeah, it's just like I've never had one, man. It's just like
and now is the time you want to. Now of all times.
Your favorite rapper. Your favorite rap. Devin, what's your who's your favorite rapper?
Me, nigga. Now who is my favorite rapper? Damn, you can't be asking me
Did
that
you call
question.
it? Just throw out a random name.
Will Smith.
Okay. You get one-on-one time with Will Smith, and you ask him, what does an avocado taste like?
I feel like Will Smith would answer that though.
Probably. Will Smith's actually weird enough to like do that.
If it was that time period where he was bringing Jaden everywhere, Jaden would probably be like, "Hey, yo, my nigga, I love avocado." Jaden Smith doesn't sound like that. Making Jaden Smith sound like, "Hey, yo, my nigga, when you put some honey on that avocado, I fucking love me some avocado toast, nigga." It's like, damn, Jaden, why you saying nigga so much?
But yeah, what'd you call it?
That's how you be talking at home.
Also, what'd you call it? Saw Jaden Smith in concert, and
How'd that go?
what'd you call it? Don't never pay like money for those like bottom floor seats because celebrities never like actively do. You know how celebrities do those things where they're like in the crowd and everything, hanging with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you call it? They never hang out with anybody in the floor seats.
I fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah, like
Y'all niggas gross.
my dude, I paid an extra $100 not to like interact with you. Like, why are you not going down the floor? It is closer to you. You can just hop off the stage and just hang out with us.
Yeah, man. Do a crowd surf one time for the one time.
Yeah, what you call it? Just for.
Is it bad? Like, if I ever go to a concert and it's like a big person, a part of me is like, please don't crowd surf.
Did you call it?
You about to embarrass yourself. Please don't do that. You do not want to see these people apart like the Red Sea. Do not crowd surf.
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing. Would you call it?
crowd
If you
surfing?
do crowd surf,
Yeah.
like a nice like one where everyone's just like, hey, we're gonna get you first.
How do you initiate a crowd surf? Like, what do you just jump and you just pray to God, or is it like, or do you gotta get on the mic and be like, hey, yo, I'm trying to crowd surf, y'all in?
Yeah,
do people like you know, like when you go to like a sports game and like the wave just starts and you're just kind of like, how'd this start? Like,
Yeah.
is it like, do you just see people putting their hands up, like palms up, and he's like, okay, now it's crowd surfing time.
Did you call it? You kind of like get ready for it. You just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump, and then you see the hands go up, and that's when you know it's safe.
I would hate crowd surfing, like as a concept. I was like, who touched my butt? I mean, somebody had to. Who touched my dick? Yo!
Oh yeah, did you call it? There are horror stories about that and everything.
Yo, get your hands out my pockets. Get your hands out my pockets.
You can't go on stage with anything in your pocket. Just like your wallet is going to
Gone.
get. Yes.
Somebody has all my information tonight.
Exactly.
And if you're performing shirtless, it's like, hey, oh shit, my headphones came off. If you're
Right on
performing
time.
shirtless, it's like, yo, who keeps touching my nipple? Who keeps touching my nipple?
Exactly. It sounds like a horrible time, but yeah. Gosh darn, lost my thought.
My neighbor's outside. Who keeps touching my nipple? What's going on in there? This man's always doing something crazy shit.
I remember I was waiting out your class, and I was on this phone call with Cedric, and they were just like parking and everything, and they just see me pacing around like the front of your house, and it's just like, oh, I need to just chill out for a moment. This is how you get shot.
This is how you get shot.
But
we're in the South. People look for any opportunity to use their guns.
Good gosh. But not to get too off tangent and everything. What you call it? Yeah. One, Jaden Smith, what you call it? Like, goes hard in concert. He hung out with the people in the stands, not with the floor.
You know,
call it,
as
did the rap thing.
You know, if I went to a concert and somebody did that, if I bought a floor seat, I'd be fucking pissed.
It happened twice.
If I bought like a regular seat and I saw even if I got a floor seat, I'd be kind of like split on it, because it's like, oh, it's cool that like he went to the people that couldn't afford like closer, but at the same time, I paid for this.
Exactly. It's just like I could have experienced the same thing if I paid less money. I'm so mad about that. It happened both concerts I went to.
Oh my God.
I went to a J. Cole concert and I went to a Childish Gambino concert. Both of them hung out in the top crowds and everything.
The fucking rafters.
Yeah.
The audio engineer was definitely like, the mic don't reach that far. The mic don't reach that far.
But yeah, it's a constant feeling of just like, I need to start paying less for tickets.
That's like you start doing that like you go to like an Arctic Monkeys concert, it's like, oh, we're hanging out with the floor seat people. You're like, just from the rafters, just, God damn it.
Exactly. It's just like, I can't win.
Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
But yeah, it's a mess. And to cap off, what you call it, like MC Lars, overall that went well because he's a nice guy who will answer like any question. Sure. What you call it, like we even interviewed him drunk once.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Was he drunk or were you drunk?
He was drunk.
Oh.
What you call it, like he gave Sam a smooch on the cheek. Yeah. Oh, you two are such cuties. And I was just like, oh my freaking gosh.
That's for you, baby boy. I'm not going to kiss you, though. You're a black boy. No.
No. What you call it? MC Lars is perfectly fine. He's not racist at all. What you call it?
I feel like the bars on the floor. It's like your fave is okay.
Yeah.
They're not racist. It's like, oh,
indeed.
Okay. Thank you, I guess.
Your fave is not problematic. It's fine.
No, you say that. And you just say like the most bars on the floor shit. Your fave's not problematic, okay?
Do you call it
he is not a pedophile. And you're like, nigga, okay, that's... I'm not even going to say bare minimum, just assumption.
Gosh. He does not break the law on a constant basis. He's not punching people on the street. Wow.
Hey, yo, MC Lars, if you're listening, thank you for not punching people in the streets. Shout out to you, homie.
Yeah.
It's really hard out here.
But yeah, he's a wonderful human being. And so, like, after that, I was just like, okay, I can email anybody. So,
Word.
What'd you call it? Good gosh. I'm blanking on her name now. But formerly known as Raina Chan. What'd you call it? The voice of 2B.
From Nier Automata, right?
Yes, Nier Automata. What'd you call it? As well as a whole bunch of...
That ass, she may be 2B, but that ass do be fat, though. That 2-ton ass.
Yes.
That's not even me being, like, gross. That's, like, canonically, like, she weighs 2 tons. Yeah. So, like, her ass is 2 tons.
Her ass is 2 tons.
And for y'all who don't know, for some fucking reason, Nier Automata is, like, a game where you play, like, this character named 2B. And she's like a cyborg, essentially.
Yes,
so
android.
Android. So androids are robots, and they be heavy.
Yeah. Would you call it like? And it's a real good game. I heavily recommend that.
Oh yeah,
game.
I have it. I have not finished it.
Would you call it? Finish that?
I have a lot of games I haven't finished. I've had Persona 5 for like 3 years, and like every time I booted it up, I had to restart it because I was like on the last level. I fucked myself over. I think I'm too under leveled.
Oh gosh.
But where you are, you can't level up and heal, so it's just kind of like, nah, nigga, you done. You fucked up. Hey, run all 120 hours back, my guy.
Hey, gosh. Friggin', I feel like... Also, first off, like, if Persona 5 Royal is dropped, like, below 30, just buy that. Buy it. Word. Just straight up. Because
they added a new character to that one, didn't they?
Yeah, they added new confidant, new character.
Hell yeah.
Just like a whole bunch of stuff. I heard like the palaces got reworked and everything.
Okay. So you're not just buying the same game?
Yeah. Did you call it? It is like, oh, we didn't do it good enough.
And don't get me wrong, Persona 5 was good.
Yeah, would you call it? So it's just
They're
like
"Nah,
double down on it.
We can go harder.
Yeah, we can go harder. That is Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
Would you call?
The Persona 5 subreddit be horny. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Did you call it?
Stop. They in high school. Y'all disgusting.
Did you call it? Tay's not in high school, and she be
Tay?
yeah.
Who's Tay?
Doctor check. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Hey, yo, when I found out she was a confidant, I was like, oh, I know exactly who I am romancing, my nigga. Yes, step on me.
Good gosh. Yeah.
Run every test on me, please, Dr. Chan.
Good gosh. I love it. I love it a lot. But yeah. Just go ahead and get Royal if it's dropped. As I see the Persona 5 wallpaper on your
Hey,
screen.
yo, chill. Hey, yo, chill. Relax. We don't gotta say all that.
Yeah. So, but getting back to the story and everything, I tell her, I email her and everything, and what you call it? She goes like, yeah, sure, totally. Like this is when she just started like branching out into like actual voice roles and everything, and I was just like, yeah, she's really cool. What you call it? She had a good thing on Brawl Taunts and everything, where she would do all the female voices and that.
Hell yeah.
And she was like a big Newgrounds like voice actress, and like just stuff was popping off for her, and I was just like, yeah, it'd be neat to just like interview her and stuff. And so we set up the interview, and I'm over my friend Chad's house because that's where we record it every time. And what you call it? We're just waiting for the interview to start, and power just goes dead out.
What?
Yeah. So would you call it
Yeah,
like?
that was God telling you, it's like, nah, y'all ain't getting this today.
Yeah. So would you call it? I had to like hit her up, just go like, yo, I'm super sorry. Like I had to tell you this last minute,
Right.
but the power just went out.
And she's like, oh.
Yeah.
See, that's a shame because I was gonna suck your dick. I'm kidding.
Don't put that on Raina Chan.
No, Raina Chan would never.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, she would never. She would never. She would never.
Oh, I forget.
She would never.
And now I'll never get the interview ever again.
No, we can get it again. She'd be like, they're funny.
Yeah, as you call it, she's super cool. If JoJo Part 6 ever comes out,
Yeah.
what you call it? She needs to play Jolene because she's super like on top of that character. She's been repping that character day one.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So, like she goes like, yeah, it's all good and everything. We can reschedule and everything. I go cool. So it's like a week or two after that, we record a podcast in place of that one, just saying like, hey, we lost the interview, but we'll come back with the interview. It's podcast day again. I hit her up. She goes like, yeah, I'm good for today. And I what you call it? She tells me like, yeah, I'll be good. Like, okay, so it would have been 2 o'clock.
Right.
And
2 o'clock what time? I feel that's important.
what you call it? Not yet.
Okay,
We said it.
Okay,
We said
fair
it.
enough, fair enough.
So would you call it like, me and Devontae are hanging out at like 11 early in the morning, just playing Marvel fighting games and everything.
Hell yeah.
And what you call it? Like, we're just hanging out, and something hits me, and I think to myself like, hey, Devontae, Rita Chan lives in LA, right? And he just goes like, yeah. And I think I live in Tennessee.
Oh god.
We didn't put like Central Standard Time or Pacific. Did she say 2 o'clock her time? And I look to the clock and I go like, oh, 2 o'clock's an hour from now. I'm not gonna make it over to Chad's house. So what you call it? I'm panicking.
Oh,
I'm
just
just
that. How do you go from like chill playing Marvel v Capcom to like, oh shit?
yeah,
Oh shit.
exactly. What you call?
Well, was it like a Mariah Carey song where it was like, oh shit?
Like I it is like hard stare at Devontae, just like Devontae.
That Persona 5 zoom in on the eyes. Like,
Oh yeah, exactly. Just hard like panel cut, just like, oh gosh, and just like, because I'm thinking like it'll be a chill thing where like we're a 4-man podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Chad, Sam, and Devontae. So what you call it, like, if I'm not completely ready, like I still have 2 other people who have like questions of their own. And
Right.
So we can just like carry it along.
You can make it like a quirky thing, like, hey, look who walked in.
Yeah, would you call it, like, it's sort of a fun thing where, would you call it, like, if you have enough people who you talk with normally,
Yeah.
would you call it, like, you can just initiate a new person into the
commercial. They can just carry the podcast.
Yeah. So, would you call it, me now noticing that it will be just me and Devontae.
Word.
Would you call it, and Devontae is more of a response person, would you call it, than anything. So it's just like the 2 quiet people with the podcast.
Nice.
Did you call it?
Y'all didn't have DJ BlackSheep there.
Yeah. Did you call it freaking? You are the social person. You could do it, but would you call it? Me, I am like, yeah. I'm just chill out here.
So you're just sitting there like, so Raina-chan, do you like avocados?
Would you call it freaking? It was would you call it, like, just general starter questions at first. Like, it's just like, maybe I can navigate through this. It's just like, yeah, so how'd you get started and everything? Would you call it, like, hey, my boss wanted me to give you a shout out, and just like, oh, what's his favorite game? And he's just like, yeah, he's really into that game. He's like, oh yeah, that role's nice. And would you call it, man, I ran out of starter questions. And would you call it?
You couldn't shoot this shit. Like, so, like, how'd you get your start in voice acting, or like, so how's
Oh,
LA?
Yeah, that, what you call it, I didn't think about that because the nervous pressure was on, and I was just like, frick.
Jonathan, she didn't know y'all fucked up.
Yeah.
At this moment.
This is before I had confidence of any type.
Got you.
Did you call it?
Was it still high school?
Yeah, this is high school.
Damn.
So
it's still good on you for getting that interview in high school.
Yeah.
But god damn it, dude.
Exactly. So did you call it? It's a lot of just me going, like, if you ever had seen, would you call it, like, Harvey Birdman?
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Yeah.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
You embody Peter Potamus.
Say what now?
You embody Peter Potamus.
Oh, if they ever bring that show back and need a new voice actor, this is my audition. Hey, did you get that thing I sent you?
Would you call it debauchery, and would you call it just like, hey, did you get that thing I
like,
that's what do you what you're like whenever you send me a beat, just like, hey, did you get that thing I sent you?
It's like, what thing? If you don't know, you don't know.
Would you call it, like, what are you talking about? Just tell me it's a beat, Devin.
No, it's like, did you get the thing? Yeah, I didn't open it though. You should probably open that.
Good gosh.
Yeah, I sent anthrax through the email. Hey, don't breathe it in though.
But yeah, did you call it? It's one of those silences where you're just like, oh, well, yeah, and it's just kind of me trying to fumble around searching for another question.
She's definitely like in her gamer channel in LA, like, what the fuck?
Did you call it? This is like 2 hours before she has to go to work too. So did you go?
Dick right now. I'm kidding. Should we cut that out? I don't know. What if, like, we actually try to get an interview from her? She's like, no, y'all were saying I'd be sucking dick OD, like,
just while it out on this podcast
for no reason. Do I like to suck dick? That's my business.
Exactly. We don't know Raina-chan like that. What'd you call it? But yeah, what'd you call it? Gosh darn. But yeah, she's just trying to, like, make the best out of this. She's got to go to her what you call it, like barista job in like 2 hours, and what you call it, like, okay. She's just like, I gotta sit through this.
Could you hear it? Like, could you hear it or feel it from her? Like, really? Like, it's one. Like, it'd be one thing if, like, you guys were prepared. She's like, yeah, okay, yeah. You like, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna do this. Get the content out. Go to my job. Not so.
Yeah, what you call it? It's awkward silence.
Twiddling our thumbs.
Exactly.
See.
And so
the last time I worked with minors is all I heard.
Yeah.
So unprofessional. Never getting somebody to reply to my emails. I'm not ever doing this shit again.
It might as well have been that. What'd you call it? But yeah, so Devontae knows that this is going bad. What'd you call it? So Devontae's like natural what'd you call it, inclination to do at this time is just cause chaos.
Just what?
Just cause chaos. Just like do do some stupid nonsense.
So Raina-chan, you be sucking dick? It's like, Devontae, no.
Did you call it?
But
But it was a whole thing of what you call it? Like we were joking like back and forth to each other about what you call it? This game called like Phantom Brave.
Phantom Brave, what's that?
Phantom Brave is a like tactical RPG, like you know those like tile based ones.
Tactical RPG. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm not a virgin, so you got to break that down.
I can fight you right now. You are right across the room. But you gonna catch one of those little Mac punches, like ah.
Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna play Fire Emblem Three Houses after this.
Exactly. It's a what you call it, like Fire Emblem style game, like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
In the it's a spin-off of Siege.
You remember Advanced? You remember that? It's like that.
Advance Wars.
Advance Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, that game was. Oof, it was a good one.
What you call it? Play Groove.
Groove.
I can't remember. What's the game? I'll tell you after the podcast.
We'll come back.
We'll come back. We'll come back to it. But it's a revival of that like type of game.
Okay.
But yeah. So Phantom Brave, spin-off of Decidia. Would you call it like you talk to your little like teammates while you're in the like level hub and everything.
Yeah.
And every like fifth person would go like, yeah, it'd be cool if there was a Phantom Brave anime. And would you call it just like, okay, just like sure.
Wait, in the game, like the characters are saying this.
Yeah, exactly.
So, ooh, the wall break.
Indeed.
How meta.
Like be super sweet if they made a Phantom Brave anime.
We're very aware that we're intellectual property.
Yeah, would you call it just like, don't you want a Phantom Brave anime? And so like I tell Devontae this, and we just joke back and forth, just like, yeah, just Marvel vs. Capcom is great, but wouldn't it be cool if there was a Phantom Brave anime? And this is just an inside joke.
That's an inside joke, and she's sitting there like, yeah, I guess.
No, would you? So Devontae throws that out in the podcast, just like, hey, Raina-chan, so wouldn't it be cool to have a Phantom Brave anime? And I look over with the same like ire I had for like against Chad the moment he asked.
It's like, this nigga asked me about avocados again.
Yeah, exactly. What you call it? I look over to Devontae and she's like, Devontae, what are you doing? And what you call
more than you, young blood.
Exactly. Because in that moment, a miraculous thing happened.
What's up?
She knew what Phantom Brave was.
Oh, she got the reference?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Was it just like a miracle?
Right.
Like I couldn't believe. And what you call it? Like it was just like holy crap. And we were able to like get the conversation rolling. And what you call it? It was like, yeah. We talking about it while playing Marvel vs. Capcom. She's like, oh, Marvel vs. Capcom? I love that. What you call it? Like, do you guys play Guilty Gear? And just like, oh no, I love Guilty Gear.
Raina-chan, do you suck dick? I'm sorry.
You're editing this.
I'm editing this, and like I'm asking it out loud, and this time it's like, should I cut that out? It's like me, editing Devin. It's on you, son. Yeah, I need y'all to know, I kept every single instance of dick sucking asking in here. Y'all were wildin' OD. Y'all were wildin' OD.
But yeah, what you call it? And we get rolling on this conversation about fighting games and how she was into it in high school and all her friends were into fighting games, but she wasn't really good at it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, this is a fun conversation.
Yes, we did it.
Yeah.
We did. But it only lasted like, what, 5 minutes?
Did you call it? Like, it was 10 minutes.
Wow.
And would you call it? Like, I look over and I look at the time and I go like,
we're not recording.
oh no, it's not that. We're recording. We're doing it. And what you call it? I realized
doing it
yeah,
well.
doing it. Yeah, I love LL Cool J.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's the whole thing of just like, oh, she said she only had like this amount of time before she had to go to.
No,
her
that's
job.
on her. We gonna keep going until she stops.
She
us.
called it. Oh no, it was like a hard realization for me. It's just like I can't. Like we hit the hour mark. We can't go on. And I just go like. And I felt like she felt it in the thing because I was just like, oh no, we're out of time. And she's just like, oh
We
my god.
just started talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
That's the energy I felt from the other side. Like, it was silence, but it was just like we actually just started talking.
You just gotta go like.
Yeah. It's just like, thank you, Rena Chan, for joining us today on the podcast. And what do you call it? Yeah. We'll see you next week on the next
No,
episode.
you won't.
Yeah. Yeah. And she called it was a whole thing of just like dead feeling inside because you just get that good conversation that you felt for a good 50 minutes.
Jesus.
And what you call it? Like, yeah. So
This is gonna be a special episode.
I wish I just dropped it like how it was.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you at least cut out the dead air?
What you call it? No.
Nigga.
What you call it? And you will never find it because I've taken all those episodes.
Of course you did.
Yeah. What you call? Well, the thing was, I was just like, yeah, it's in the past. It's in the past. But would you call it? Like everyone who was associated with that podcast was just like, John.
Remember how we fucked up? Remember that?
Yeah, it was a whole thing of just like, Jonathan, you need to remove that. Like all of the episodes, you need to remove them right now.
I know you probably couldn't hear it, but I swear to God, she was sucking dick on the mic.
Oh, oh my freaking god! Completely burning bridges.
No, I okay, I'm done. I mean, I'm not, but I say it in good fun. Hopefully, like maybe she'll hear it or somebody associated with her will be like, they were saying you were sucking dick. And she'll be like, what? Then she'll listen to it and be like, ah, okay, they were joking. I wasn't really sucking dick, unless I was. No, I'm kidding. Raina Chan, if you're in the chat, I look. If you do or don't suck dick, that's your business. I'm just saying it as a joke.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Good gosh.
But if you would like to come onto the podcast and clear up whether or not you suck dick,
Oh my gosh.
we can arrange something. And I promise you, like I know like one half of this team is somebody that you have a horrible
She doesn't even remember.
She doesn't even remember it. She's like, you remember that podcast you did? No. I was too busy. No, I'm kidding.
She's like, oh no, stop.
The realization.
She call it again. It's the realization of what the joke was. That you may have not heard it, but you can make the jump. Oh my freaking gosh.
We've been hanging out so much, it gets to a point where Jonathan can see me, like, a look on my face and be like, stop. Get some help.
Did you call it freaking, we were texting one day, and would you call it, like,
Wait, me and you, or, like, you and Raina Chan?
No, me and you.
Okay, what's up?
And would you call it, it was a whole thing of just, like,
Big Mom Milkers?
oh no, it was something like, would you call it, like, would you call it, you can't just like date for something along the lines of like dating can't just be a joke.
Dating can't be a joke.
What would you call it? Something along
This
those
don't
lines.
sound like me, but okay.
Oh no, would you call it like is something that I said in that vein. And would you call it you're just like I was going to make a really self-deprecating joke.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and it's just like,
oh yeah, you were like, dating can't be a joke, Devin. I was like, damn, but it took everything in me not to make a self-deprecating joke. Like,
and would you call it like freaking? I was like, what are you talking about? And I saw it, and I was just like, oh, buddy. And
are you good?
Yeah, would you call it? Just like, yeah, I'm joking. It was just like, but no, Devin, I saw what the joke was going to be.
That's my whole personality. Like when I see a joke, it's like, it's now the time. But I really feel like I'm gonna be at a funeral and be like, is it the time? Especially like if it's a funeral for like one of my good friends. It's like I feel like I wouldn't be me if I didn't make this joke.
Oh gosh. I was gonna quick search to see if I can see what the joke was.
You know.
But
hey, where are we at on time?
Would you call it? We are 18 minutes over. So would you call
an
it?
hour?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So, yeah. Would
Yeah,
you call it?
cool.
That was how I messed it up with Raina Chan and everything. And
Damn,
would you
sorry.
call it all of the RUS podcasts besides a podcast I have on Dropbox, the one with MC Lars, is the only thing that survives that.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Damn.
Did you call it? Now no one will know my shame.
Now nobody will know except Randa. You think what if she does remember? She just thinks about it randomly, like, yo, fuck those guys.
Yeah. Did you call it? Good thing I rebranded. Good thing I rebranded.
Yo, fuck those guys. I would never suck their dicks.
Oh my fucking gosh.
And on that note, yeah, man, it's been episode 3 of Koalaty Time with Friends. I'm hyped. Like, it's been, the first podcast with Elvis, that was like a year ago. Then I had the second episode with months in between with Hannah. And here we are, months to almost a year in between with Youngblood. But Youngblood's here. We're actually about to, stream after this. So, hopefully we're going to come back next week. I'm going to edit this, drop it. And this is going to be, a thing.
Yeah.
I'm hyped, dude. Look at us podcasting.
Indeed.
Hell yeah. Yo, you already know, follow me on YouTube and Twitch. It's all DJ BlackSheep. The brand is brolic, my nigga.
You gosh, I wish I could get branded. Would you call it? I can't one brand everything because Majide-Man's taking on things and I hate it.
Why? What is Majide?
Majide is
Majid Boo?
No, Majide is Are You Serious in Japanese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious, man?
Yes.
This guy.
Well, would you call it okay.
I'm gonna go to Japan and buy panties. Ooh.
Would you call
That's
it?
You.
Kiri, quick story on the origin of Majide-Man.
Cool,
Would you call it? Bobo had a fusion called Bo Patch or Bo Patch Sake.
Did you say Bo Patch?
No. Did you call it?
To be funny, I'm gonna bleep out that part.
Okay.
People are gonna be like, yo!
But Bo Patch Sake, would you call it, was a fusion that existed in a space called Majide-Time.
Are you serious, time?
Yes. Would you call it? It was a space where, would you call it, weird things would happen, and if you said, "Are you serious?" you would mutate.
Die. Oh.
It would mutate.
So
you
some
inside
crazy
of it.
shit would happen, and people would be like, Majide, and it's like, oh no.
Exactly.
And they'd be like, Majide again. It's like,
Exactly.
oh no.
It was a ever ongoing thing where, would you call it, just did you call it? Wait, he's getting married to a dog? Majide? Oh no! And then would you call it, friggin' that guy sprouts boobs, just oh, I have boobs now.
Majide?
And then,
oh no!
Exactly. And that was the bit. And would you call it in high school? Would you call it I'm pretty sure we had the same English teacher and everything.
I didn't know you in high school.
Devin, we just started this podcast. But
I didn't perceive you.
you did not exist in high school.
I remember Jonathan was doing, we keep going off on these tangents though. Jonathan was doing a talent show. He was like, yeah, shout out to my homie, DJ Amadeus. Because before I said it on DJ BlackSheep, I went through a plethora of names, my guy. And you're like, Devin Amadeus. And my nerdy ass in the school theater was like, yeah. And everybody was like, who is this nigga?
Would you call it? I still have you in my phone as Devin Amadeus.
Hell yeah.
Would you call it? But yeah. Good gosh. Just you doing music stuff and everything. Yeah. But yeah. And there was an English project where we had to do Greek mythology, and would you call it? We had to have a person who was the storyteller.
Did you say we had the same English teacher? Because you said this before. I do not remember having you in an English class.
Oh yeah, would you call it? We had the same English teacher but different periods.
Lore?
Huh?
Lore? Was it Mr. Lore?
No.
Miss Berry?
Yeah, Miss Berry.
Yo, shout out to Miss Berry.
Shout out to Miss Berry because she laughed in my face about a project once, and I'm still salty. I'm still salty.
Miss Berry didn't give a fuck. She'll put you in your place quick.
Yeah. Did you call it? She do be fun for politics and everything on people's pages though. So you call it? Shout out for
Miss Berry, new Secretary of Education. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
she would get shit right.
Truly, but would you call it? Yeah. So there was a project where we were doing Greek mythology, and would you call it you had to make it a person who was the storyteller. Okay. So would you call it? I was just I want to be the dude who rules over that universe in Bobo Majide-Time. Yeah. Did you call it? I'm going to be Majide-Man.
I can see Miss Berry reading that and being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Majide-Man. Look,
would you call it?
This is an educational establishment.
Would you call it? Freaking I was a kid with ADHD. I BS'd all my writing assignments. I
was BSing writing assignments till I got to Miss Berry's class. I remember one time she made us do an annotated bill. It was like a paper that was like 3 weeks long, and I was like, I just want to be done with this shit. She's making us get resources, going to the library and shit. God damn, I just want to be done with this shit.
Did you call it friggin' the thing that I forever scorned over is like it was an animal farm project, and what you call it? It was a super creative thing. You could make what you call it, like a album, or what you call it, do like a whole bunch of like different writing assignments that you could do. So what you call it? Like I did the album. I decorated it. I did like a full thing. I did drawings on it and everything. I created song lists.
Oh yeah, you put some work into this.
Yeah, and what you call it? Like I handed the project in.
She didn't even look at it. She's like, just in the trash.
Oh no, not that. It was she was just like, all right, where's the lyrics? And I was just like, what? Yeah, the part of the project was that you made an album, and what you call it, made lyrics for songs on the album that referenced the story. And what you call it, I was just like, but no, it wasn't on the packet. And what you call
and
it?
she goes straight to the part where it says,
oh no, what you call it? Not even looking at it. She looks at the teacher aide, just like, did you hear that? It wasn't on the packet, and straight dead laughed in my face.
oh, and like, you know, Miss Berry's like a Southern black woman, so I can just imagine like that cackle ass of a laugh.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't on the packet. Ah! And you're just sitting there as a student, like, you really gonna laugh in my face right now?
What you call it? It was the only thing I needed to make, like, not have to take an English final. And so this
And
was
you fucked it
devastating.
up.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy.
It was devastating. I was just like, but no, it wasn't on the packet.
Was it on the packet though?
I don't remember. What you call it? All I remember is that moment.
Wait,
and
the teacher aide? So she looked at another student.
No, what'd you call it? Like, what'd you call it? You know those teachers that aid for the SPED kids and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was.
Yo, is SPED problematic?
Huh?
Is SPED problematic?
Special education, no.
I don't know. It doesn't hit right with me.
Did you call it?
Like I know it's like
Oh, yeah.
I know it's just a shortened form of that, but like because I've only heard it in the context of like me working with these badass kids, and they would say it in reference to the kids I work with. So I'm just like, I know what it means, but I feel like y'all are saying it in a bad way.
It's what you call it? Brought on by that notification. Like, would you call it? It's been used so much as an insult.
Yeah.
That it has that negative connotation
Stigma.
to it, but it's just stigma. But it's just people who might, even on the lowest scale of it, is just like people who need more time on stuff.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who just like
Got you.
Special education encapsulates more than just like people.
No, like
who
I get
develop
that, but
and
just like as you said, it has like that negative stigma, but not so much like it's bad to be in that class. Just other people using it as a derogatory term.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would you call it in? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Would you call it?
Go ahead, edit that out.
People with would you call it special needs and everything? Yeah. So, yeah. Would you call it? She was cackling over with her and everything, and I was just like, oh, I like no, don't laugh at this.
She's laughing, having a good time, and you're just sitting there like, but it wasn't on the.
Yeah, would you call it? Like, this is the only thing I need. I'm 10 points away from not taking this final. Don't laugh at me right now. Don't laugh at me.
Don't laugh. Give me one more day. Give me one more day.
Exactly.
But knowing Miss Berry, she was like, nah, it was through the day, son.
Yeah, would you call it? Just like brought my stuff down to a B, and would you call it like freaking? I was just like, but no, I was so close.
I had plans.
Would you call it? It's that Twilight Zone episode. Just like, but no, I finally had time.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's so funny. God, Miss Berry will put you in your place so fucking quick, man.
Good gosh. But plugs.
Plugs. Follow me on Twitch. We're actually about to start streaming right after we get done with this. Twitch.tv/DJ BlackSheep. Follow me on YouTube. We're getting some Let's Plays in the work.
Yeah.
And actually getting the audio and video for it. Y'all can't see it, but I'm looking at Youngblood with a side eye, cause nigga, don't make that face. he did that thing where he like put his hands under his chin, like me? What? I didn't do anything.
Whittle me.
What? It's like So we're getting some Let's Plays on the channel. So that's YouTube, DJ BlackSheep. All the links are going to be in there.
Yeah.
You know, follow me on Twitter. I be chilling on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, SoundCloud, of course. All the links will be there.
You can find me on most things as Majide-Man. That's MAJIDE-man. On the place you can't, you can find me as LVL 60 Boss. That is my Twitch handle, and I think it's spelled out on League because you can't have any username on League. And my Twitter is Mr.
Why'd you bring up League like you're good at League?
I'm not.
What? Hey, next episode. I was about to rip into this man for some shit.
Do you want another 3-hour podcast?
Nah, the episode's done. I gotta remember it for next episode.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm on Twitter as Mr. Majide, and Instagram as Majide.man. That's all my plugs.
All right, y'all. This has been Koalaty Time with Friends. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope yesterday is better for you than it was today. And just have a good time, man. And always come back for some Koalaty Time with Friends.
Love is real.
A goodie.